Yo, what's going on? In this video, we're going to dive back into the life and times of Sean Combs, Diddy. He has some new allegations that the feds are saying happened, and we need to talk about it. As always, I'm Marcus. I'm the Debt-Free Dad, where we do attorney reactions to trending content, news, and current events. If you get some value out of this content, I invite you to hit the subscribe button, the like button, the bell notification. And if you really want to be involved, hit that join button, become a channel member where you get exclusive access to content to include a members only live stream. As always, I'm appreciative of everybody who supports. Now, if you've been living under a rock somewhere and don't know what's going on with Diddy, read a newspaper, go to the internet, pick up your phone, and you'll see what it is. Now, Diddy just recently tried to have a new bail hearing because his bail got denied not once, but 2 times, 2 days in a row. He went back for a third attempt. I'll put a link to a video where I identified some of the errors that were made in Diddy's second bail hearing. It's going to be hard for him to get bail, and one of the biggest reasons he won't get it is what we're going to talk about today. This dude allegedly keeps tampering with witnesses. He continues to reach out to people while he was in custody, trying to get them to change the facts in a manner that's more favorable to him. So we're going to take a look at the news article about this, but I'm also going to show you why I believe that this is very likely true because of an interview that Gene Deal did and talked about how Diddy tried to communicate with him. I'm also going to put a link to that video because Gene Deal kind of implicated himself with what he liked to bring to the freak offs. So we're going to talk about it. Let's jump into the story.
New details this morning in the sex trafficking case against Sean Diddy Combs. Prosecutors now claiming that from behind bars, Combs has been trying to reach out to victims and possible witnesses. And ABC's Phil Lipoff is here now with this story. Good morning, Phil.
Good morning, Gio. Diddy's lawyers trying for a third time to get him out on bail, but this time the prosecution telling the judge about attempts they say the rap mogul made from behind bars to influence everyone from potential jury to alleged victims. This morning, prosecutors leveling new accusations against Sean Diddy Combs, saying he poses a serious risk of danger, even from behind bars.
I just want to talk about this. Now, one of the important things that the court considered, not one, not two, but 3 times when Diddy tried to get a bond set so he can potentially get out of custody while he's awaiting trial, was the fact, one, that he had an exorbitant amount of power and influence. I mean, this dude wanted to be held up in his mansion with his own hired security. Please, those security guards work for you. Let's be realistic. But the biggest concern was his influence and his ability to potentially tamper with witnesses or potential victims. Now, I know in the video what I'm going to throw up above and in the pinned comment below, where I talked about the errors his attorneys made at his second bail hearing, a lot of people in the comments asked, well, how did he know who the witnesses are? Did he get a list? And sometimes things do get leaked. A lot of times the media sit outside of the courthouse so we know who's coming and going, especially if they're celebrities. But realistically, what's happening is he doesn't have a list of witnesses to contact. He's just reaching out, contacting people who he knew he was at these freak offs with. Those are the witnesses. So it definitely is an issue. It was the biggest concern of the court. And after we finish watching this video, we're going to see why it's likely true, because Gene Deal said in an interview, like, yo, he reached out to me. He said that right before he actually incriminated himself, talking about what he brung to the freak offs, but that's a whole nother video that I'll put in the comments below. Let's finish this one up.
As he awaits trial. In a court filing late Friday, prosecutors detailing the steps they say Combs is taking while locked up to reach out to prospective witnesses and influence public opinion to affect potential jurors.
The accusations within the prosecution's motion to deny bail are very serious and will be considered very heavily by the judge, because the judge is going to want to ensure that he is not influencing witnesses and or contacting anyone to influence a trial in any way.
Combs has pleaded not guilty to charges of racketeering, transportation to engage in prostitution, and sex trafficking. He denies any wrongdoing. The government now asking a judge not to grant Combs' third request for bail, in which the music mogul offers a $50 million bail package, citing new evidence and changed circumstances. Prosecutors pointing to recorded phone calls from jail. They say Combs asked family members to reach out to potential victims and witnesses, urging them to create narratives to influence a jury pool, allegations that could land Combs in even more trouble.
Diddy's jail calls can be used at trial if they are able to support the prosecution's case in chief. They can also provide grounds for additional criminal charges to be filed against him.
All of this while a Hulu documentary is set to be released Monday.
His name is Shine. Kid is nice.
Called The Honorable Shine, about a young rapper who says he
Shout
took
out
the
to
rap
Shine
for a
Poe.
nightclub shooting involving Combs and then girlfriend Jennifer Lopez.
I was absolutely set up to be the fall guy.
Moses Shine Levy Barrow, now running for president of Belize, says he was betrayed by Combs. So that documentary is out tomorrow on Hulu. Lawyers for Combs say he categorically denies Mr. Barrow's allegations and that these claims are unequivocally false. Combs, by the way, has that bail hearing coming up on Friday. We reached out to his legal team about these new accusations from prosecutors, and we have not heard back.
Now, so many developments in this case. Phil Lipoff, thank you.
Okay, now that was a lot to dive into. Let's keep it focused on the witness tampering. The feds are alleging that Diddy is making phone calls from jail. And let's just, bro, how stupid could you be to make phone calls from jail to ask them to engage in criminal conduct when you know the damn calls are being recorded? I don't know. I just think that's crazy.
Bruh.
Like, how wild and stupid can you be to actually make phone calls from prison, being a celebrity, and knowing that they're listening to your calls? And he probably not even trying to speak in pig Latin. But let's focus on the allegations. This dude is reaching out to friends and family members, trying to get them to contact witnesses and victims to potentially change the narrative in a manner that would be favorable to a jury. And now, remember, when people say things happen, everybody talks, and a lot of people talk for a paycheck. So we're going to look back at one of my old videos where Gene Deal said that Diddy actually had someone reach out to try to contact him. Okay, real quick, this is cool. This is me doing a reaction to another one of my videos. All right, let's jump in and see Gene Deal confirm the type of conduct that the feds are alleging that Diddy is doing from jail currently. Gene Deal reveals Diddy desperately tried to reach out to him to silence him from speaking. All right. Now, just the title of this video alone, it goes to show me that Gene Deal saying that Diddy did stuff, but not in front of him is a lie. Like, I'm going to just call cap on it, because if I know you didn't see anything, why the hell would I call you? I wouldn't care. If I wouldn't call anybody who couldn't implicate me in anything, because I have no reason to talk to you. They can talk to you and they aren't going to get anything because you don't know anything. So just the title alone proves to me that Gene Deal was an integral part in seeing something. He's seen something going on, because that's the only reason that Diddy is actually trying to reach out to you. That's point number one. And Gene Deal just doing this interview, saying what he's about to say for 5 seconds, literally just implicated Diddy in another crime for federal witness tampering.
She ain't the only one he was trying to get in contact with. You understand? He sent somebody through somebody else to try to get in contact with me, telling me enough is enough. Oh, okay. You tell Big Mama that enough is enough. You can't tell Wolf Mama enough is enough. You tell D Ferg Mama enough is enough.
So this dude in literally like 3 seconds, he made it easier for the prosecution. He just essentially said that Diddy engaged in federal witness tampering because he made this communication at a time when he knew the investigation was already underway. I mean, like, this is terrible on so many levels. And I honestly would love to know how much this dude actually got paid. I would like to know. I'm sorry, I was reading the comment. I would actually know how much he got paid to do these interviews. Okay, so we see in that clip, Gene Deal actually said that he was reached out to by a third party who was given instructions to hit him up from Diddy. That corroborates what the feds are saying, which justifies the reason for the denial of bond request number 3. You all let me know what you think in the comments. Do you all think at any point before trial, which will probably happen the end of next year, do you all think Diddy will ever get a bond? I personally think his ass is going to sit in custody. And based on the facts that the feds are asserting, it looks like it's substantiated by his conduct, and he probably should sit there until his trial. There should not be a privilege in the justice system just because you're rich, even though we know it is what it is. But I tell you one thing, that shit not going to apply to Diddy. He's not going anywhere. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, check out the content on the screen.